Hi, everybody. Brian Anderson, Capital One's The Match is back, the fourth version of The Match. And what a match it's going to be. We're going to be in Big Sky, Montana, Moonlight Basin, and it happens July 6th. So Aaron Rodgers is new to the game. He and Bryson DeChambeau are going to take on past champions of the match. That would be Phil Mickelson, and that would be Tom Brady. And let's start with our latest PGA championship winner, the oldest major championship winner in the history of golf, Phil Mickelson at age 50. For all of us enjoying our 50s like I am, Phil, that was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I'm so proud of you. I was so happy to watch that and see you succeed. What's going through your mind still a few weeks after that incredible victory?
It's been a lot of fun, obviously, and I've been inspired by my partner in the past and seeing the work ethic that he puts in and the ability to be at his best at an age when nobody thinks that he's able to. And it's very inspiring. And I've had a lot of fun, and I'm very excited to partner with him again, because the more I'm around him, he brings out the best in me, brings out the best in those around him. We have two awesome players to compete against. And I know what a good golfer Aaron Rodgers is. I've seen him swing a club. He's got a natural, smooth swing and creates a lot of speed, as does his partner. They're going to be a great fit because they both hit bombs. And at altitude, it's going to be a tough task. However, Tom and I, we have some unfinished business.
Well, Tom, after the last match, and you're in the rain, and it was messy. You had the big moment though. You hold out, and now you're back on the match. We missed you, by the way, at the last match, the match 3, but you were off going on to win Super Bowls and whatnot. Tell us about the Super Bowl victory. Tell us about how you feel. You're one of these old guys too that continues to keep shining here. Give us some thoughts on what you've been up to since we saw you last at the match.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting older. I think the oldest guy in the league. I think I'm older than most of the not only players, but NFL stadiums at this point. I've been around so long. So except Lambeau, that one's been around quite a while. They've added some things to that. But I've actually had a good off season. I had knee surgery, so that's just an excuse. I'm put one of those on the board in case it doesn't go well. But working on this golf game here in the upcoming, about less than a month that we have. And my partner is going to help me with some chipping and putting. I know that based on the format, I think there'll be a lot of that for me. So he'll be getting us off the tee. And it should be a really great match. It should be, we got two incredible competitors. I know Aaron, I've played on the field, obviously an MVP season as a player, but very talented golfer, Bryson, and everything I've watched him do and really admire his game. I've only played Aaron one time. We played at Riviera, played a 9-hole match. I will say he made a very clutch putt on the 9th hole to beat me. Still very disappointed, but so there's a chance for redemption, of course, which I'm prepared to do.
Very nice. Well, let's go from one quarterback to the other. Aaron Rodgers, the reigning MVP of the NFL. Aaron, some Hawaiian resort set up there. It looks like you're having a great time. You've really kept a low profile this offseason. I've hardly seen your name at all. You haven't hosted any TV shows or been involved in any kind of controversy or anything. It's been a nice, peaceful offseason for you, it sounds like, AR.
Thank you, BA. It's been one of those quiet off seasons you just dream about, where you can just kind of go through your process on your own quietly. And, that's all you can ask for as an older player in the league and someone who's been around for a long time and just enjoys that time to yourself, to just relax, to not be bothered, to not have any obligations or anything going on. And, I think that's what this off season's been about. It's been about really enjoying my time and spending it where I want to spend it and not feeling like I have to go anywhere, not having any responsibilities, but still being an NFL player at the same time. It's been great.
Well, let's bring in Bryson DeChambeau, and it's your first match, Bryson, and you are the reigning U.S. Open champion. I mean, you've been involved in some pretty good golf events, but I don't know, this one's right up there, man. There's a lot of people watching. I'm sure you're feeling the pressure already.
No. Well, it's got to be the top of the list for sure. It's first off, an extreme honor to be playing with, goats of the game. And I'll definitely say this, that Phil, you did win the PGA, man. But I mean, this last tournament you played in at Colonial didn't go so hot. So, I only go off of like what you've previously done, like the most recent victories that you've had, and then obviously the most recent losses you've had. That's the way I play the game. If I don't play very well, I finished 18th, this last week. I'm only as good as that. So, Phil, I don't know about that game that you got, but it's okay. We're going to see how it works. And Tom, obviously, tremendous respect for you. There's no issues whatsoever, but dude, I just can't wait to be testing those golf balls out. Those things may feel a little different when it comes game time, but we'll see. We'll make sure that stuff's all dialed in and make sure it's all conforming. But no, I'm certainly excited for this whole match. It's going to be unbelievable. The charitable aspect is incredible. And, when it comes down to it, Aaron and I are gamers. We're in there to win, and we don't want to lose. And it's certainly going to be fun hitting some bombs out there. I can't wait for it. It's going to be amazing.
Bryson, if I could just add that I understand why you would not want to add up victories from past performances and based solely on today and what happened in the last week. I totally get that. I mean, Tom's got, I don't even know how many Super Bowls to count. Why would you want to add them all up? You want to go off the most recent Super Bowl winner. Well, happens to be him too. I understand why you wouldn't want to add up 45 tour events. It could be daunting. Or 6 majors. That would be daunting.
Yeah.
Hard to overcome. I get it. So you go off the most recent major winner.
No, yeah. I mean, I get it. You got 23 years on me, so that's okay.
That's true. That's true.
I like it. I like that Bryson was a little whining about the trash talk. At least in football, we can trash talk without calling in the commissioner, which I know I read something today. He's looking for a little political help along the lines of the PGA Tour, but that's totally fine. Football is a little different sport.
Phil, if you could activate something, what would you be activating for the match for?
So I'm going to try to activate a lot of things. Obviously the Cavs. I want to activate my voice because I feel like there's a highway into their dome. And I want to get on that highway, and I don't care how we win. Yeah, if we have to just get them uncomfortable, unsettled a little bit, I'm willing to do that. This is the format to do that. Now, I want you to know we're not having fans. It's not because of Bryson, but we just didn't want to have an issue.
Partly.
So, yeah. So we're not going to have fans there. So there'll be no people there. There'll be no spectators, hecklers, and that's coming from the commissioner of the match. We're not going to have fans.
No, I appreciate that. My concern, though, was actually for me to be hitting it so far that I was flying greens and hitting people over the greens. That was honestly my concern. That's why I really did it and wanted to be, cautious of the people around and make sure there was nothing going wrong. So I appreciate your understanding, but I'm more looking out for the humans in general around the area. I really don't want to be, hitting it too far and hitting people and whatnot, because that's something that you honestly have a problem with. I know that you spray it quite a bit. So
left
it's not
and
just
right.
me.
See, I didn't want spectators there because I was worried about hurting them left and right. You were worried about long and short. Correct. I saw a few short too. Yeah.
Where was that?
The players number 4. Did you top one? I don't know. Who even knows? Well,
no, I was trying to get a better angle into that green. Actually, I just felt like hitting it down in the fairway wasn't that great of an option. But no, I get it. I mean, sometimes things work out for people, and sometimes they don't. But at the end of the day, I'm really trying to make sure that there's a good understanding that I'm doing it to protect you and me. So this is a one-on-one thing, and for Tom as well. I really don't want to leave him out of the question because I know he wasn't hitting it great last time, and he ripped his pants. So there was definitely some things leaking in that match, but that's okay.
I'm sensing, Aaron, some QB huddle leadership going on with you and Bryson. Bryson's coming out hot. Tom came out hot on social. You've been kind of laying low though, laying in the weeds though. I'd like to get some perspective from you, Aaron, about how you're going to go about this thing. If you wouldn't mind sharing, I know it's risky to share with your opponents listening, but anything you'd be willing to share.
Well, they're a little older, so they're probably not paying much attention. But I just want to stir Bryson up. That's the one thing. I feel like that I was brought to this match, added late, probably a third alternate, to just stir Bryson up and get him going. Once he's going, he's a Tasmanian devil. Anything in his way, and I don't care if it's Phil or Tom, or if Phil brings Brooks the caddy, whatever they try and do to get under our skin. If I can just get Bryson going, get him pumped up, I feel like it's an easy win for us. Tommy, like I got nothing but love for Tom, so I'm going to be nice to him. If I could do anything in this match, like when I think about it, lay my head down on my pillow at night and think about what do I want to accomplish, I'd love to get under Phil's skin. I don't think it's that hard, but that's something that I would just love to do, to get him so domed up, whether he's looking at my right calf. I used to have 2 great calves. I pulled my left one really bad, so it doesn't really have the same type of definition anymore. But if he's looking at my right calf with just the most insane jealousy of a true calf like Adonis, and that kind of gets it going. Maybe it's in the range, or maybe he sees my long sleeve collared shirts a la Phil 2010 and goes, damn, that's a great look. Something that kind of just irks him a little bit. Maybe I walk right next to him the entire time.
You actually have me thinking about 2 calves and being unequal and out of balance. Like how do you do that? Like if you try to go onto your left calf and you can't really and you push hard off your right, wouldn't you push every shot? Do you miss it right? Like I miss it left. I miss it left a lot. But that's not really because of the calves. Like, do you miss it right because of your lack of a left calf?
It's because that big old banana you got, that little banana.
Yeah.
Phil, I have the strength in the calf, but the aesthetic beauty of it is not what it used to be. Because when you play a sport, we actually put your body on the line week after week. You're prone to having injuries. We're not sitting in golf carts. I know you've been playing on the Champions Tour a little bit. You're riding around on a golf cart. You don't really have to do anything athletic the entire day.
Aaron's got a great point. Golf's amazing. Obviously, it's a great hobby for us and us football players. At halftime we get checked for concussions. At the 9th hole we get to eat hamburgers in golf. So I actually really enjoy.
Tommy, I don't mean to cut you off there because
go ahead, babe.
But when's the last time you had a hamburger? I mean, let's keep it real.
Good point, Aaron.
It's been a while.
Well said.
What do you guys know about the golf course, by the way? I mean, it's got some elevation. I think everybody here is going to be hitting lots of bombs on this golf course, yes?
No, I don't think so. I think it's only going to be me. I'm in a world of my own in that regard.
That's true.
What did I say?
That's kind of true, actually. Yeah, that actually is true.
Sorry.
That's not shade. That's just facts. Just facts, Bryson.
I mean, when you're swinging the golf club at 145 miles an hour, it's kind of not a competition at that point.
Actually, this course was specifically chosen once we had our opponents because it's at elevation and it is so much more difficult to judge the distance when you're hitting it as far as Bryson hits it, that he's right. Long will be an issue. You don't want to have spectators. Short, maybe, unlikely, but getting the right distance control at elevation when you're hitting it that high, far, and hard, it's almost impossible. So it gives such a distinct edge. And that's kind of what we were going for. Well, it was exactly what we were going for.
Big Sky's an amazing place. They got a lot of great golf courses up there. I played a lot of golf up there, never at Moonlight Basin, which I hear is an incredibly difficult course. So I think the pro golfers will have a great competition. I think Aaron and I will be doing our part. And like I said, I know Aaron's very clutch, and I've seen it firsthand. I think Bryson is obviously very sensitive, but a terrific player. I think he might drive that 777-yard par 5 on the 17th, which will be the longest drive in PGA Tour history. And if he doesn't, I'll be disappointed. So we'll see what he's got. I mean, with all those muscles, it should go somewhere. He wasn't a golfer. He'd be like a Division III linebacker or something like that.
At the end of the day, you can say all you want, but Aaron and I are grinders and competitors, and just like y'all are, our golf games are a little bit better. So, we'll see. I
do think you do have a partner that would probably have liked to go for it a little more often than he has in the past. So, Bryce, I'm glad you're encouraging him to kind of go for it when it's on the line. So rather than just knock it into the fairway or something like that, and try to play for the next shot.
Yeah, I'll never push anyone to do anything, so he can choose whatever he wants to do.
I usually don't get the option in my.
That's what I mean. You'll finally have the option, Aaron. So
I know the pain.
There's two aspects I'd love all you guys to talk about real quick. Number one is there's a charitable aspect always involved in the match, and it's been great. We've raised a ton of money throughout the history of the match. But also, you guys are all wearing microphones and earpieces. So you guys are familiar with being mic'd up, but the earpiece brings a new piece to the puzzle where you can interact with each other and people get to see you guys interact in a way they feel like they're in your foursome, which I think is really unique about the match. And Bryson, let's start with you because you're new into this. But, give us your thoughts on participating in this event, some of the charitable aspects that are going to be a part of the event, and then competing with not only a microphone, but an earpiece.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things we could ever do is give back to charity and be doing this for charity. It's something that, I am extremely passionate about. I have my own foundation as well as everybody else here has their own foundations. And I think that as we look at it as professional athletes, we have to be giving back to others that are less fortunate than us. And it's something that, if the charitable aspect wasn't a part of this, I probably wouldn't be doing it, because I care so much about it. Having an earpiece in, I think, is going to be awesome because people finally get to hear and see what I'm saying, essentially, that they're going to hear everything and, get to go, what the hell is he saying? Finally. So that'll be fun.
Let's go to you next, Aaron. Just the same question. Your thoughts about competing, the charitable aspect, but also having you and Tom actually probably more savvy than most in this kind of event because you're constantly listening in your helmet. You have an earpiece, but there's going to be some distraction there, don't you think?
Yeah, probably, depending on. I'm not maybe as soft, and I'll put Tom in this category as well. Like having somebody talk in our ear, it's kind of old. We've been around, been there, done that. So having that constant chatter probably won't be that big of a deal. Golfers are always, worried about where somebody's standing or, somebody's saying something, a murmur in the crowd. I mean, that's a lot. I've played at Pebble before. I've actually, played behind Phil. That was like a 6-hour round because before Bryce, I think Phil was one of the slower players on tour. No offense, partner. But take your time in the match as long as you want. But yeah, the charitable aspect is great. I've been working with a great organization in Northern California called the North Valley Community Foundation, and the North, as Tommy knows, Northern California has been hit by some tough times the last 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. There's been some really, really devastating fires, including one that was really close to my hometown of Chico. So I started working with them really extensively after that. And obviously with the pandemic, small businesses especially have been hammered across the country. So I started a separate kind of side fund under the NVCF umbrella to help with small businesses in my the county I grew up in. So it's fun to keep working with them. They're great people. There's a lot of people who are hurting up there, and it's fun to be able to help them out and also be able to compete.
That's great, Aaron. How about you, Tom?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think about what we did last year in raising, tens of millions of dollars for Feeding America, at a time of the pandemic. And over the years, I think as a professional athlete, you're able to impact people in so many ways just outside of entertaining people for a few hours on the weekend. So, whether it was Make-A-Wish Foundation, I've been involved for 20 years with a great organization called Best Buddies, which helps promote friendship between mentors and those with intellectual and developmental disabilities. There's just a lot of things to do. And as we all know, there's always people that can use a little bit of help in different ways. And everyone has different causes. I've had so many teammates involved. I have my own foundation at TB12 Sports, giving treatment to kids who normally wouldn't be able to receive those types of things in order to maximize their abilities. So all of it is very gratifying. And as much as winning games on the field, you want to win off the field as well. And giving back to those in need is the best way to do it. And I know this is another great opportunity to do it and create great awareness through all the different, amazing guys on this Zoom right now that have done just that for a long period of time.
Yeah, very well said, Tom. How about you, Phil? Give you last word on this.
I love the way the match has brought together some of the best in what they do. And we've got two of the best and greatest of all time in the NFL. And you get to see as a fan a side of them that's a little bit different. It shows a more intimate side of them, their sense of humor, how fun they are. And I love the way that's come out in the last 3, and I'm excited about the way it's going to come out, and people see what a good guy Bryson is and how fun and athletic and capable and so many things Aaron Rodgers is. And so I love the way the match has done that, and also creating opportunities for so many others. And I know that when I was 8 years old and my parents took me down to the local public course to try to get a job and give me an opportunity to play and practice because we couldn't join a club, there was a pro there that took a risk on hiring an 8-year-old so that I could go pick the range and have an opportunity to play and practice there. And if I didn't have somebody like that take a risk and give me an opportunity, I wouldn't be playing golf for a living and doing what I love. And so creating opportunities is what I've always believed in. And I am so proud of the opportunities that this match has provided so many, while also showcasing a side of these great athletes that doesn't always get shown while they play their sport.
We hope to have some great memories with you guys at the match for Big Sky, Montana, Moonlight Basin. Thanks so much